All right. Let's make sure it's recording. Yes, fantastic. All right. So which point would be a solution to the system of linear inequalities shown below? All right, so this would be a good one to use scrap for because this is kind of tedious. I think there's only one of these. I don't think there's more than one of these on the test. If there is, I'll edit it. So you basically got to try each point. My tip to you would be I would start with this one just because there's no negatives. It's easier to plug in. So you got to plug it in and see if it comes out true. So I'm going to plug in 3 for x, so 3 plus 1. So 0 is less than 3 plus 1. That's true. So now I got to plug it in the other equation. So 0 is greater than negative 2/3 times 3 minus 7. So 0 is greater than negative 2 minus 7. So 0 is greater than negative 9. And lo and behold, that's it. That's the right one. Again, you could get unlucky. You might have to plug in different ones, but this is a little bit tedious. I'll make sure there's only one of these on there because I don't like these where you have to do so much work for each problem. But the reality is you could have stuff like that on any kind of standardized test. That's the first of the last 3. Everything else you've seen before on previous tests and reviews, or quizzes and reviews. All right, so 2 inequalities in their graphs without the shading. By imagining where the shading should be, identify which point would satisfy both inequalities. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to shade this. Now, again, you're welcome to use, well, you can't color on the computer, but you could copy this onto a graph. But I think this is the fastest way to do this. So, negative x plus 4. That's this one right here. Oh, I got to do this and trash everything. So that's this top one here, right? That's this graph and everything below it, all right? So that's all this stuff. Now this one is the other one down here, and it's above it, so it's everything up here. So my official answers, all my answers, lie in this region right here where there's a crisscross, right? So now I just got to find, wow, that's kind of crazy colors. I just got to find which of these answers fit in there. 6, negative 1, no, that's down here. 3, 6, 3, 6, no, that's up there. Negative 10, 9. Yes, that's right here. That's my answer. And if we looked, 10, negative 10 is down there. That's out of it. So that would be my answer. All right, so that's that one. Again, so maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll bring graph paper, and that'll be your scratch paper or something. That way you can use it for graphs if you want. Even though on standardized tests you can't officially use graph paper, I don't think, but whatever. All right, so let's see the last set. So these are straight graphing them. This is, again, kind of neat to see. Wait, cancel. So again, so the first one, so you have to plot this. So I got to get rid of this thing, actually. Don't remind me again. So the first one, I go to negative 7 on the y-axis and put a dot. Then I'm going down 3 and right 2. And again, once I do that, it automatically makes the line. Now, the little bit of tech work here, so make sure you practice these. So that one is a dotted line, right? Because it's less than only. So I want to change my line. I assume, there we go. I click it, it turns to dotted. Change it, turns to, so that's easy. Now what about my shading? I want underneath that, so it doesn't have any, well, let's see what happens when I shade. Okay, great. There's shading above it. There's shading below it. That's what I want. Fantastic. That's my first line. My second line, I go to positive 1 on the y-axis, put a dot there. This is telling me up 1, right 2. Makes a line. This is also a dotted line because there's no line underneath. So I want to change the line. And by the way, and you look, well, I'll shade it. It's underneath, so I'm going to change my shade to underneath. Now again, if I realize, oh wait, I made a mistake on number 1, on line 1, I can go back to line 1 and I can change that. And this is kind of neat because it shows you both in colors and the crisscross pattern. Now what they're asking is, state the coordinates of a point in the solution set. Any point So something in this crisscross pattern, for example, -5, -5. That's my answer. -5. There's a million answers you could write. You could write -5, -5, -5, -6. Oh, I'm on the wrong computer. So you would just type in there -5 and -5 and submit your answer. And that's it. 1 second, because otherwise I got to say your name and I'm recording. Okay.